Hey guys, hopefully I'm live. I think I should be live. Yeah. And I'm just checking to make sure that the chat works and everything, and it seems like it does because I typed in hey, and it says hey. So the purpose of this live stream, hey Indiana Tones, how you doing, is to talk about my weekend plans. Yeah, I'm actually live, not like the fake live that it always says I am, that I don't know how to get rid of because I go to my page and I go to live streams and it says I have nothing streaming. I don't know how to get rid of it. I've tried on my phone. I've tried on a browser. I've tried on YouTube Studio Beta. I've tried going live and then turning off. I don't know how to turn off the fact that it says the detecting zone is always live. Sorry. But I wanted to talk about my weekend plans because I do actually, you already know, but I do plan on going to Orchard Beach. The high tides are pretty late. They're pretty late this week, like at 5, 6 o'clock at like in the evening. So my plan tomorrow is in the morning. I'll do some food shopping. I'll clean up the house a bit, and then I'll head out to the beach around 12. I'll do the dry sand for a while, finding as many coins as I can. Then when as the tide pushes back, I'll do the tide line. So that's a plan for the weekend. Oh, I was also want to show this. You guys might like this. This might be cool. I found two wheat pennies at work today, different than the wheat pennies I posted on how can I show off these wheat pennies? Different than the wheat pennies I showed off on Instagram. So it's one. The year here is 56, not too impressive. And this one's 46, which is equally like not too impressive, but still, I found them. So four wheat pennies at work today, which I'm pretty proud of. It's hard to show because it's black and white, but I'm pretty sure you guys can see. Oh, I'd like to say thanks to my recent subscribers too. Down here, D&D Beach Bandits subscribed just today. Robbie Cole, Leanne Kennedy, Met Det NC, and 5280 Adventures. So thanks you all for subscribing. Thanks to you all for subscribing. Whoa, I just slurred all my speech. I can't speak English today. Hopefully it's all working well. Hey, ambient girl, how you doing? I just started this live stream to talk about what I'm doing for this weekend. So yeah, I found two wheat pennies at work. Very excited. I also put on an attachment to my um, what do you call it? I put an attachment on my metal detector, and that's because over the weekend I was gifted. Well, last weekend I was gifted this. It's like a little camera, like a little GoPro camera, as like a nice thing. You click the button, it starts up, and it's waterproof in the case. And so 5280 Adventures is awesome. I've been following him since he started. Is the chat correct? I feel like the chat is it's above my webcam. Yeah. Um I see it's kind of cut off there a little bit, but it's okay. I'm gonna try moving it to the left just slightly. Then it cuts off you guys pictures. I don't want to do that. Anyway, so I got this new little waterproof webcam thingy, and so I'm going to be using that to record in the water, and hopefully when I do put my detector in the water, I don't have to pull out my phone so often, because that's always scary that I'm gonna drop my phone. Hey, Meryl, hold on to switching to my computer. Okay, I'll hold on. What am I holding on to? Oh, I mean, you asking me to wait. I got you. Understood. Meryl, congratulations. I mean, I think we've all been shouted out by someone else this week, but Meryl especially, his channel was shouted out on Adventures in Dirt, the Weekly Dirt. I think that's the name of the show that he puts on every Sunday. Yeah, it's actually used to have one ambient girl. I used to have like a little Chinese knockoff of a GoPro, and the lens scratched. The lens got scratched, and you know, that's life. You can't use it once the lens is scratched. I didn't know how to fix it. I tried to buff it out. I've tried all types of things, but it just looks like when you record, like a huge cloudy spot. Like it had no resolution. And so this camera was actually gifted to me by Rob. He's like awesome at Orchard Beach. He constantly pulls up gold and silver. He actually got a silver dime he's actually selling his detector because he recently got an Equinox 600. I have a knockoff, but I haven't tried it with detecting yet. I use it for my car show events. Cool. Well, what I'm hoping for is with this, because it's seems almost exactly the same, that the batteries are interchangeable. So then I'll have a large number of batteries. So if ever it were to run out, I could interchange it with another battery that I already have. So that's the hope. It's fully charged now, but I don't know how long it'll last. Um, yeah, and like I said, tomorrow the tides at Orchard Beach are pretty late. They're gonna be going around like 6 o'clock or so. Uh, they're going to be coming out. At, low tide is late in the day, is what I mean to say. So I'm going to start detecting pretty later in the day. Indiana Tones also got a shout out on Digging Canucks live stream yesterday along with me. But she said Jonathan M instead of the Detecting Zone, which is fine. My name used to be Jonathan Mejia. Now it's the Detecting Zone. But it's all good. It's all good. What are your guys' weekend plans? I want to talk to you guys about, what everybody's doing. I know Lou said he was doing Staten Island, but he might be going to Coney Island. So Coney Island is always awesome. I used to go to Coney Island all the time when I had my Garrett. Well, a few weeks ago. Uh, and then, now that I have my, uh, whoa, my brain isn't working today. My Knox. Orchard Beach just seems easier to get in the water. And it's sort of like when there's low tide, there's more low tide. Like, sort of like the beach gives more way, sort of, in Orchard Beach than it does in Coney Island. So, yeah. But when I was on the dry sand, man, Coney Island was my spot because of all the coins you get. So many coins. And everybody beat me when we went to Coney Island. Both Indiana Tones and Merrill, they both got $10. That's like an insane amount. I need to do something like that because I'm trying to get to that $100 mark. Maybe tomorrow I'll start off metal detecting in the dry sand, and then move over to the wet sand like after I hit $5 or so. I gotta see. I gotta see how I feel. You did awesome with the rings. Yeah, the rings were pretty cool, and I hope to get more. Hope you guys enjoy the artwork. By the way, I have a lot of artwork. I hardly ever show it, and I just built that new elliptical this past Tuesday, so I figured I could hang artwork on it when I stream. Kind of hide the elliptical back there. Yeah, I'm really happy. And actually, one of the rings I got looks like a Thanos gauntlet. Sort of, you know how the Thanos gauntlet has like the different gemstones on it. It's a fake ring with like little different colored things on it. And I was thinking about like a little skit for one of my videos this weekend. I have to see if I do the skit or not, if I'm up for it. Oh yeah, the Donald Duck with the gun. No, no, I didn't draw it. No, sorry if I gave that impression. I buy artwork. I go to Comic Con every year. They have some amazing artists at Comic Con. So I buy a lot of artwork at Comic Con when I go, and I have like a collection of artwork in these hard plastic protective sleeves. So it's sort of like on in a hard sleeve that I put it in, and I just don't display them. I just have them like all piled up, and I figured when I first started streaming here, the idea was that I would have like a cork board or something, and just with the pins, just put different artwork up every time. But I never got that cork board, and so as I built the elliptical and now that I'm doing the stream, I figured I'd show it this way, just like put a little piece of tape and have it there. It doesn't damage the artwork because it is in a plastic sleeve. So yeah, that's that. And hopefully you guys could see some crazy artwork that I have. I love this, like gangster Donald Duck. They had another one with Donald Duck and Darth Vader sharing a coffee and or tea. They were like at a table sharing like a regular drink, and it was pretty funny. Um, yeah, I'm planning to go to Comic Con again in October, so that should be really interesting too. I have the tickets already purchased, so that's fun. But yeah, what's everybody's? Sorry, I think I asked it before. I don't know if I missed it. What's everybody's weekend plans? Use it for my car show events. Oh, I see. I see. The camera. Yeah, this camera. I mean, again, I have to see where all the other little batteries are. I think. Hmm. It has to be somewhere because it can't be nowhere. Actually, no, it isn't here. Yeah, I have to see where all the little batteries and attachments are. I used to have a lot of like attachments for this thing. It came in its own carrying case, and like for the one I used to have. And I got to be careful with this because I did scratch my other lens for the one I had before. Indiana Tones. Hey, Metal Tech in New York City. I think Merrill, he told me to hold on, so I don't think he's in the chat right now. I think he went away for a little bit. I was supposed to be camping. My car is happy while it gets fixed. I am hoping to go back to the bottle dump area. I see. Oh, hey, Merrill, how you doing? So yeah, I think you had missed it earlier, but I was saying congratulations to you for being shouted out on that video by Adventures in Dirt. That was amazing. And congratulations to Lou for being shouted out by Digging Canuck on her live stream yesterday. That was pretty cool as well. Yeah, welcome back. I was showing them, Meryl, I think you missed it, that I got a nice little GoPro type of camera. It's not real, but I have a huge memory card. The memory card is like 2.5 hours on this thing. So I know the battery won't last that long, but I have other batteries from a similar camera that I had from before that are the same. So I'm going to try to charge them all up and use them tomorrow when I go to Orchard Beach. Trying to help Indiana Tones. Yeah, he's close. Oh, you're already at 1,011. Whoa, congratulations. That's awesome. That's an insane number. But do you know how far you are in terms of hours watched to get monetized on your channel? Because the two requirements to put your channel in for possible monetization is the 1,000 subs and then the 4,000 hours watch time. No, trying to find out? Yeah. Meryl had provided a link before about it. I think I could. I know more or less where it is. Like if you go just to regular YouTube, not YouTube Studio, just to like the regular YouTube. Then on the top right, you click on your face. You click on where is it? Huh. The settings further down. There's settings, not the YouTube beta, but the settings. And then under your account, like that first setting, you go down to view additional features. I think that's where it is. Yeah, and then you click on monetization. Ooh, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm nowhere near 4,000. I got 240 hours of video watched and only 214 subs. So, homepage, go to. Oh, you could do it through YouTube Studio too? Sweet. Yeah, hopefully my channel, I like if it grows, cool. If it doesn't grow that fast, cool. I just want to have cool conversations with people, get to know people who watch me and sort of like build a group of people, who know each other and who like to share each other's finds and stuff like that. So I mean, monetization will be good, but I don't think that's the goal of the channel, my channel. I'm on Creator Studio. Yeah, that's YouTube Studio. Do a playlist and stream it overnight every night? You mean for me to do a playlist? I actually have a playlist of like all my metal detecting videos, and in that playlist, whenever I appeared in someone else's video, because I've appeared in Meryl's videos, I've appeared in Jackpot G Lars videos, and a few other people, I put those videos also in my playlist. So there's like a playlist on my channel of metal detecting. I think I have to update it a little bit because I haven't put the recent Coney Island videos by Meryl and by Lou on there, so I have to do that as well. Helps with your hours. Sweet. I have to look into that, like how to do a live stream playlist because I never thought of doing that. Actually, I do know how to set up OBS, like to just be a YouTube video. So that would be cool. Get your boys to stream it. Yeah. That would be awesome. I wish I had. I actually don't have. Well, I have to get everything like all set up for that. I don't think I have because my computer's off at night, so I don't think I have a way to do it. Anyway, Meryl, you also were out, I believe, when I said I was going to be going to sorry, to Orchard Beach, both Saturday and Sunday. Later in the day, because the low tide is later in the day, we're gonna be trying out my new camera, seeing how that works. Also, I had posted on Instagram yesterday that I got 2 wheat pennies, and then today at work I got 2 more wheat pennies at work. So these are not metal detecting finds, but just pretty cool. It's hard with the black and white, but you could see they're wheat pennies. Sweet. Tony from 5280 does contests on his page, and the winner gets streaming time for 24 hours. Wow, that's pretty cool. Indiana Tones. Won't go to your homepage. Do go to YouTube Studios. Click on monetization. I'm out of water. So yeah, Meryl, now that you're back in the city, I know you were going to Staten Island to Metal Detect this weekend. What's your plans for the other day? Because I'm going to be going to Orchard Beach both days of the weekend. And I know Jackpot G Lars also said he wanted to go to Orchard Beach this Sunday, and Rob is going to be going to Orchard Beach both days later in the day because he wants to try out his new Equinox 600. So that should be exciting too. I think he's gonna find a lot of stuff with that because he was using a detector that really wasn't made for the saltwater. He was finding all sorts of crazy stuff, all sorts of stuff. You need to move to New York City. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's beaches where you are, and you find lots of stuff over there, or at least lakes. A lot of people go to lakes. Not sure. Lease is up, so we have to go car shopping at some point. Low tides in the late afternoon each day. I could look it up for Orchard Beach here on the computer. Give me 1 second. Orchard Beach, Bronx, New York. Whoa, can't spell the Bronx. Bronx, New York. Low tide. So we're going to see when the low tide is. Orchard Beach tide times. Yes, that's what we want. The tide times of the tide. So for Saturday, low tide is 4:17 p.m. So pretty late in the day. And then Sunday, low tide would be 5:08 p.m. Again, pretty late in the day. So you can get there late and it'll still be low tide, which is great. And if you get there before, you could get the receding tide, you know? So if you get there like around 1 or 2, you'll see like for those hours or two before low tide, it'll be going down. Should I make sure I'm at 4,000 hours before clicking that? Yeah, you could just click it to check where you are at and to get an idea of where you will be where you'll go. Yeah, hope you guys like the theme, the black and white theme. I think I'm gonna keep it not for when I'm actually doing the metal detecting, that will always be in color, but like when I'm recording, I think it looks pretty cool. And if it wasn't so darn hot right now, I would be rocking the suit and tie, but it's really hot in my apartment right now. And so it gets a bit stuffy when I wear that stuff. I don't have an AC. Oh, I just want to put it out there as well. Rob is selling his metal detector. I don't know if he found anyone, but on Facebook, his name is Robert Crespo, and so he recently upgraded to the Equinox 600, and so he's selling one of his other metal detectors that he really didn't use much at all for 300. I know Merrill collects metal detectors, but if anyone in general is interested, that's happening. Yeah. Yeah, my computer's a little slow right now because I am streaming, so that takes up bandwidth. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a saltwater detector. I just think it's like one of those regular detectors. That's the only way I could put it. Oh wow. So if the tides cool. So you could go to like to low tide at Jones Beach and then later on go to Orchard Beach. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I kind of have like things to do here. I have like things I have to throw out. I had built that uh the elliptical and so I have the boxes for it and like the styrofoam just piling up and I have to do a few trips going up and down the stairs to throw it out tomorrow, so I really can't head out too early. But that sounds like a really cool thing, doing multiple beaches and mapping out, what time you're going to be where to get the low tides. Traffic does mess it up. I mean, Orchard Beach is, well, yeah, it is pretty damn far from Jones Beach. Yeah, you'd have to like figure out how much time it takes to get from one to the other, and so do it that way. Try to get the best of both worlds. Yeah, that would be cool, doing two beaches in one day. For this weekend, since I'm going out Saturday and Sunday, I don't know if I do should do like two videos, one for each day, or if I should do one video for both days and just to have that one video longer than normal. So what do you guys think? Should I do two videos or one video? Because part of me doesn't mind just like quoting on to all my finds in the bag for 2 days, and another part of me is like, but if I put two videos, then both video, they'll both get hits and views, and I'll find different things, and I can break it up that way. So yeah, still debating on what I'm doing for that in terms of one or two videos for the weekend. The plot, yeah, I sort of have like a strange plot for one of them, or at least a strange intro, I guess, for one of them. Yeah, the other one, I don't know. I have to. I'm pretty sure I could come up with something strange. I'm sure I could come up with something strange. Yeah. Um. I don't really do like watch a lot of YouTubers that metal detect that do live streams. I do watch that Digging Canuck one when I don't work and she live streams, and yeah, I think that's one of the few I watch. A lot of them, especially the people that have like a lot of subscribers, the chat just grows so fast. You can't keep up. It's like, whoa, like I can't keep up with both things at the same time. Especially like some people who do coin hunting, they just have like the chat going and going and going, and I'm like, but he hasn't found anything yet. Like, I don't know. It's pretty funny. That's funny. Oh, Ambient Girl, when do you do your live streams? Let's see. Let's go over to your YouTube channel because I work like so well. I work Monday through Friday until about 6 o'clock, and by the time I get home, it's 7 or 8 at night. And so, why would I just type in ambient instead of ambient girl? There you go. Oh, you can't do live streams? Huh. I think you can. I mean, so long as you're in front of a computer, I don't see why not. On YouTube, they let you do live streams in front of a computer. I think if you have below a certain number of subs, then you cannot do a live stream from a telephone. Which is why actually Merrill stopped doing those live stream metal detecting that he would do earlier. Yeah. If you go to your channel, I think you can though, but through a computer. If you go to your channel, you basically just go to YouTube Beta, and then on the left side, if you scroll down a bit, it gives you the option to live stream now, and then from the website you can do it. I think I explained that right. Yeah. Yes, you can. It's the phone live streams that you can't do. Yeah, yeah, you need a certain number of uh subscriptions, I think, to do telephone live streams. But yeah, you can live stream, so you have something to say, or you want to get people excited for videos like this weekend. I have one or two videos coming up from Orchard Beach that might or might not be awesome, depending on what I find this week. Everybody get excited and hyped. Then do a live stream because it's pretty cool. And it gets people, excited and engaged, and everybody could talk, and I could share artwork. I like this little thing that tells me of my new subscribers, because if any of them pop up in the chat, I'll be like, "Oh, you're a new subscriber." You definitely can. Best advice I can give is to just jump in. What people appreciate about YouTube is that it's genuine. If you mess up, it's no big deal. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm at 220 subs. Thanks. Amazing community. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. I think just today I got to 214 subscribers. And that was when D&D Beach Bandits, a channel I'd never heard of, by the way, but I love beach metal detecting. So as soon as he subscribed, I was like looking at two of his videos, and I was like, "That's pretty awesome," and I subscribed back to him. Yeah, I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so cringy." Sometimes when I look back at my own videos, I'm like, "Ah, it's so cringy." But I like the newer style of videos that I have, and I think I'm going to continue that because that theme is like right on. Jonathan is great at talking, though. You think so? I hope. I hope I have. I'm good at talking. I hope I have something to say. I try to read a lot, and well, if you see my channel for a while, you know I read a lot. But I've been like so backed up. I'm not gonna make any more like video game videos or book videos on this channel. It's gonna be all metal detecting. It's gonna be all metal detecting. Yeah. Thanks, Meryl. You jest. You jest. Uh, but yeah, there were like a lot of things I wanted to get through. I wanted to get through this beast. Let me grab it off my bookshelf. I have the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, and he has a cottage here in the Bronx. And I've been to the cottage, around the cottage, to metal detect a few times. I want to go back again in the fall when it's nice and cool, and hopefully when they're done with the construction over there. I want to go back to the Edgar Allan Poe cottage, but this year I read the first two stories, and I want to continue like reading through the complete works. This is everything he's written, uh, the books, and in the back is the poetry. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty big, but it's not that crazy. It's yeah, it's not that crazy. At least not as crazy as The Stand by Stephen King, another book I finished. That book was insane. But this one is sort of like a collection, so it's allowed to be big because it's a collection. Uh, Trying to figure out how to add AdSense to my Google. Oh yeah, that's where they put advertisements on everything. You get to see like how many people saw ads and stuff. Best advice monetization is Pod. Paused. Oh well, that's a huge book. Yeah. Oh yeah, Indiana, you went to check the hours on your channel, hours of watch time over the past year. What were the results of that? Cliff notes? Yeah, I think he's pretty short. He gets to the point, you know. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of what am I reading right now? Right now I'm reading Stephen King's Firestarter, which is one of his earlier books. I just finished reading The Dead Zone, and wow, there is a politician in The Dead Zone. He reminds me of Trump. He's like not your average politician. He says things a politician normally wouldn't say, and I was like, whoa, like the the parallels were uncanny. And yeah, and this was written way back, I think in the 80s. And so yeah, if you have a chance to read The Dead Zone by Stephen King, pretty good book. It's not about that politician, but there's one character in it that is a politician. He reminds me of Trump, and I'm like, whoa, how could Trump have come up with this? I'm sorry, how could Stephen King have come up with this character like before Trump? Because that the character is just like so, it's crazy. Anyway, sorry, that was like an aside, a tangent. Um, I've wanted to read, and I saw last time I went to the theater, I saw Spider Man. Um, I saw on the wall that they had a poster for Doctor Sleep, which is being made into a movie. So I don't know if any of you have seen The Shining or have read The Shining by Stephen King. One of my favorite King books, by the way. But Doctor Sleep is part two of The Shining. Not a lot of people know that. It was written more recently. I think I have it somewhere on my shelf. I'd have to find it. It's behind my computer. But I haven't read Doctor Sleep, but I purchased it and I want to read it before the movie comes out. I'm pretty excited about it, actually. So, yeah. Indiana Jones says can't see a link. Whoa, a direct link. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so if anybody wants to check out their own monetization, click on that link provided by Meryl in the description. I mean, in the chat. I think it should work for everybody. So let me just test it out myself. How do I find time to read books? Amazing question. So I take the train to work every day. I work in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. I live up in the Bronx, and it's a long ride. It's actually the ride is about an hour 15 minutes about. And so while I'm on the train, well, I have to walk to the train, wait for the train. But when I'm on the train, sitting down, I have like a good 40 to 50 minutes to read going to work and to read going back from work. Assuming I get a seat, that's the time I used to read. Usually I could finish about 20 or 30 pages in that time, so it's not too bad. So a book that's like 500 or 600 pages, I'll probably finish it in like 2 or 3 weeks. So every month I read like maybe 2 books. Depends on the book because some books I have are really short. Mary Mary Shelley, sorry, her Frankenstein book is really short, and all my like young adult books like by John Green are pretty short. So yeah, when I'm at home, I like to play video games. I have like my huge TV. Uh, Recently I've been like a little bit more on the downside. There've been some work stuff that's been getting me down, so I haven't been coming home and playing video games as much as I used to. But I have been working out on the elliptical, so that's awesome. I'm trying to lose a bit of weight. But yeah, reading. I only read on public transportation. I should read before I sleep because when I have problems sleeping, I find that if I read, like 20 minutes later, I'm getting sleepy when I'm in my bed reading. Like I can't read lying down because I get sleepy. I have to read sitting up. Um, so I probably should read, but I have my bag that I take to work every day, and I figured if I take my book out, I'm gonna forget to put it back in the next day, and I'm gonna have nothing to read on the train. So yeah. So I'm actually charging up my Equinox right now. I put it on the charger right before I started the live stream. Um, how long have I been live streaming for? Doo doo doo. I can't even see because I lost the page. Oh, it says here 33 minutes. Ha ha ha. Cool. So, what do you like to read, ambient girl? Let's figure this out. What does everybody here like to read? That's what I'd like to know. Because the hope. Okay, so I've always liked books. In college especially, I would read a lot more than I do now. My game plan for the beach. Good question. My game plan for the beach is to hit the dry sand for as much as possible before the low tide starts coming in, and then to jump ship over to the low tide. And I actually have a very specific plan that I don't normally do. Normally, when I go to the beach, my plan is dig everything, dig all the signals, and that was because on my old Garrett Ace 350, you really didn't know when it came up as a quarter if it was like a quarter or a bottle cap or a dime. You know what I mean? But on the new Equinox 600, the quarters always come as 29. the dimes always come up as 24, 25. The pennies always come up as 21. The nickels always come up as 13. So I'm going to be really picky with my signals when I'm doing the dry sand, and I'm really only going to try to get the quarters, dimes, nickels. Oh, I'm loving that machine. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna be really picky with what I dig tomorrow on the dry sand. But when I go to the wet sand, I'm going to try to dig everything. And the reason is because on the dry sand here in New York, there's so many bottle caps, so many pull tabs, so many pieces of aluminum foil. Like you spend more time digging that stuff up than the good signals. But if you could tell, if you go and you're like, oh, this is two, it's aluminum foil. Like you could just like not dig that up. So I'm really hoping to get a lot of coins tomorrow, in a very short amount of time by maximizing time digging good targets and going from one target to another, minimizing recovery time, all that stuff. Um, and Meryl and I were talking about that a little bit, like how you can find more by jumping from one target to another, minimizing the amount of time it takes to look up, to uncover a target and move on. So you read nonfiction. I also like to zoom around the internet. I love nonfiction. I don't read enough nonfiction, uh, but I have a lot of Oliver Sacks. He was a neuroscientist here in the Bronx, and I think a few of his books were made into uh, movies. I think. Let's see. Sorry, I have his books on the shelf that I'm looking at right now. I think he wrote Awakenings, which was made into a movie. He gave what was it? Some patients that they had like neurosyphilis, and so they were like in a catatonic state, and then he gave them like a medicine for them to wake up. And I think it was a movie. I think Robin Williams was in it, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, but yeah, Oliver Sacks is a famous neuroscientist here in the Bronx. He deals with people who have like brain issues that cause them to see the world in different ways. He wrote a lot of books: Musicophilia, just a few that I have: Musicophilia, The Mind's Eye, Migraine, Seeing Voices, An Anthropologist on Mars, Island of the Colorblind, and The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. It says disabled. Um, Indiana Tones, I don't think you're looking at the right exact spot. Oh, after you put your AdSense on it. Ah, that's so is that like a either or? Like you could put your AdSense on your channel or get it monetized through YouTube? That's weird that it would say that monetization is disabled. Because when I go to that link that Meryl provided just a little bit up there, it gives me the amount of hours I've had of my channel that's been watched and the amount of subs I have. No, I put AdSense on YouTube to monetize. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. When I click on the link, it seems seems different. And I think when Meryl clicks on the link, it's different for him as well. It gives like two numbers. Lou, I know you like to read. What do you like to read? We've been going through. Meryl said he likes nonfiction. Yeah, I like to see what you're seeing as well, because that just sounds weird that it would say you're not allowed to monetize or you're disqualified. Like, what did you do that was that bad that would disqualify you from being monetized? It's just weird. Or disable the monetization. It's just weird. Neil Gaiman. I don't think I've read any of his work. I don't think I've read any Neil Gaiman. Let's see. Other than that, what kind of nonfiction do I have? I have some Malcolm Gladwell, who wrote Outliers. I have a lot of Richard Dawkins, like his science writing. Love that. Love his science writing. I have a lot of books on carnivorous plants. Before I would Meltech, I'd read a lot of carnivorous plants. Sci-fi is where it's at. Oh my god, I love sci-fi. Uh, sorry, I'm like a bit of a Star Trek nerd. Um, But yeah, the old sci-fi books I have are all the way in the shelf down there. Oh, I have a book called Diamond that's really good. Uh, it's about like the diamond trade and how like certain companies have taken over land. It's just really good. I don't think I've ever read Sandman. For comics, one of my favorite comics is Chew. Have you guys ever read Chew? Chew like chewing food. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's ASMR stream. Why are you making those noises?" Those noises. No, Chew is like one of my favorite comics of all times. I have like the entire set. Well, all right, let me show you it really quick. It's on my shelf on the bottom. Ah. So this is my collection of Chew comics. I have all 12. So this is Tony Chu, spelled CHU, and the name of the comic is Chew, like you're chewing something. And the whole point of the comic is that Tony gets psychic impressions from things that he eats. So let's say he eats an apple. He could tell you when the apple was picked, how much rainfall the apple got, where, what time of year it was picked, all sorts of like psychic impressions. Uh, Pretty cool, right? He's a cop with the FDA, and in this comic, it's like a different future where chicken and all poultry is illegal because hundreds of thousands of people got sick from the bird flu. Basically, they were eating a chicken that was infested with the bird flu, and then chicken became illegal, and so Tony is a law enforcement officer with the FDA, basically the highest authority of law enforcement in the U.S. And it's crazy because like he's I guess fighting against crimes, food crimes. It's kind of crazy, but they find him basically. He was going after somebody, and the guy didn't want to give the information, so he basically started eating the guy to get the information from him. It's kind of gruesome, but oh my god, it's such a good story. Back in the 80s, yeah, I mean, I like the old Marvel comics. I love Marvel comics, and all the Marvel movies coming out are like amazing. I think one of my favorite Marvel comics was Original Sin. That like line of comics, they killed the Watcher. The Watcher was the very first person who warned the Fantastic Four back in the day that Galactus was coming to destroy the Earth. Um, yeah, but yeah, I it's one of my favorite comics. Highly recommend it. Very good story. The writing was amazing, and the art style is unique. It's not something you see everywhere. I think it was Rob Guillory. Yeah, he was the guy who did the art. So, and they also have this really cool chicken who's like the most badass chicken fighter in the world, and his name is Pollo. And so, if that isn't reason enough to reach you, I don't know what it is. But it's pretty darn awesome. Just leave everything there. Yeah, Chew is actually really awesome. Actually, after they released these, they released bigger versions. So each of these has like 5 of the single issue comics in them. I think they released a bigger version with like 10 or 20 of the single issue comics in them. So like you don't have to get all 12 books. You could get like 4 of those or something like that, and you'll have all 60 issues or something like that. It's pretty cool though. All right, so what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I have to get ready for bed, so I'm all ready to go metal detecting. Thanks for watching, guys. Lou, I hope you figure out about the monetization and about like how many hours you have seen now that you have your 1,000 subs. Ambient Relic Girl, I gotta check out that video you posted. I think today or yesterday. I think I saw a video from you in my subscription feed today, but I just got home from work and I started to. You're screwed? What happened? Why are you screwed? What happened? Uh, I don't think it's that bad. I think you'll figure it out, Lou. I think you'll figure it out. You and Meryl both. Now that you guys have the 1,000 subs, you're gonna be like the first New Yorkers that have made it to that monetization point. I think so. and I really liked that pizza video from a few days ago. I'm not in Staten Island, so I can't just get dough. But oh man, I wanted to make my own pizza after that. If you guys haven't seen that Luz video, Indiana Jones, do that. Anyway, I gotta get ready for bed because I gotta go metal detecting tomorrow. But I have a lot of stuff to do before that. I'm excited. At least one video this week, maybe two. So stay tuned for that. And thanks to all the new subscribers once again. See you guys next time. Ciao.